guidelines as a description and what else is included in it.
I'm ready to go. Okay, good morning, everybody. It's 10:04. And it's the meeting of the Mendon Council on Aging. And I want to remind everybody that we're being recorded. And, okay, so the acceptance of reports. I know Ann is always prompt as usual and sent out the secretary report on the same day last month. So if you want to take a couple of minutes just to look it over, I'll ask for a motion after that. Is everybody good? May I have a motion, please?
I have-
You have changed? Okay, tell me what they are. Right.
I just wanted to program updates and just clarify something. We've already started the sharing strength program on this Tuesday. We started last month in May, and it was in the fall because there's a lot of nice stuff. Yeah, we have to get that information. It's already getting started. So, to tell people that are returning, because we had support previously, there's still thrilled. And it's also very close to lunch, after the group. The other thing, in the fall, we're not looking at another balance. We did that last fall. This year, we have tools for caregivers. I tried to have it come in the spring, but we didn't have the trainers up and ready to go. So we're hoping, I was supposed to be, then it was supposed to be top priority for that. Whether or not it happens, I'm not sure, but I really want to get one. And need that kind of support. So that would be $5. So not that will balance, but our own tools for caregivers in the fall.
Right, well, that would be in this month's report, but based on what you heard last month, you wrote what you heard. Yes, that's fine. It's okay, no, no one is saying you did. The notes are based on what we discussed last month. That was part of the discussion. Now it's gonna change, it's not gonna be called matter of balance. It was never that.
The same agency does both, we alternate. Right.
Now, do these corrections go down somewhere officially? So 6 months from now, we wanted to see what was the particular meeting, the corrections that we indicated.
I think we have the notes for today.
Okay.
We have notes for today. Saying now, just typically just take a note of today's notes, these two corrections. That's great. I was maybe, what you say, secretary reports, prove that there are a couple of corrections regarding future programs. So
That's fine. It's fine.
all right.
Could I have a motion, please, to accept them with the changes? Donna Son, second is Carol. All in favor? Aye. Carol, you want to give us the treasurer's report, please? Final months of fiscal year 25.
Okay, June 11th, 2025, for the May report. The COA gift account. Beginning with the balance, the ending balance is the same. COA food pantry account. There were no monetary donations, but there were expenses. Demoodles Market, $232.38 per stock. Amazon, $216.27 for food storage box for the gazebo. WB Mason, $646.37 for paper goods. And Ready Refresh, $19.96 cases of water.
Is that the bottled water
For
that,
the food pantry.
oh, for the food pantry? Okay, great.
Okay, and that's the expenses for the month of May.
And it's kind of page, this is per day, actually, I bring up the report for the meeting, we're only $20 difference. We're in the final month, the accountant hasn't yet posted any June expenses, any expenses that were paid this week, last week, they're not posted yet, but after they're posted and after, we're waiting on a few things, like for example, Customer Alarm is coming to do this inspection. That'll be not quite $1,000, it's $1780, something like that. So after everything is done, my projection is we're going to be within $7,000.
That's good. Here's the file. It's the file. Okay, can I have a motion, please, to accept the treasurer's report? Earl, second. Donna, second. All in favor? Aye. Okay. Director's report outreach. Smart update.
Yeah, so the final payments were paid by Smart to vendors for oil and such. In some past years, we've been, not everything is not consistent, but sometimes we've been, our clients have been very fortunate that if they had any money left over, we would use as a secondary payment. Say they had oil, but that, say they had $300 left over, that money would be $500. They need their clients to alone, they're not getting enough to share, for whatever reason. So final payments have been made by Smart, and so it's not looking good. I know everybody's seeing the articles, paper, but Smart is feeling difficult time finding next year what's not to see.
Now, they didn't send them any extra money because there was no monies left over? Or did they just make a decision not to help?
I don't like they definitely was going elsewhere. So it depends on if, say you were awarded $1,000, right? You use some years at 200 this year across the board, and you no overages for each towards secondary source.
Shouldn't we find out why? I say that because if you have oil heat, you need your electricity to start the furnace up. Please, because that's going to affect the number of people who are going to ask us for assistance. They're going to say, I thought I was getting a couple of $100 for my electric bill. Well, I know, because you and I have talked, I'm sure we've talked. That affects us financially also. So I would just like an explanation.
But again, it happens from year to year. I'm not sure if there's a specific reason why, or but I will.
Thanks, but I would like to know that. All right. Friends of Mendonma's report. Go ahead, Ms. Kathy.
Thank you. Our meeting was held on Monday. Treasurer's report was accepted. She noted that we've yielded nearly a profit of 5,000 from the yard sale.
Wonderful.
Secretary's report was accepted, noting we have 64 paid members, 10 of whom are lifetime members.
How many paid members?
64.
64.
The director and council agent report, we are going to go ahead with boat race we have requested volunteers. The Council on Aging is invited to join us at the beginning of our board meeting to discuss their goals and perceived benefits for participation at the board meeting.
Great.
I reported on behalf of the president because there was a lot of people not at the meeting.
Oh.
Appreciation was extended to all the volunteers for the contributions to a very successful yard sale. A budget of 250 was requested for the boat race equipment and approved. Oh, I should say that Amy gave her budget for 2025 5,000, and that's approved as well.
Great.
We received updates from Friends Lunch Bunch, Sunshine Travel and Scholarship, and the scholarship was given to Madison Grant, who's in the newsletter as well. The yard sale committee is going to get back together. We are asking anybody who participated to give us feedback on what went well, what didn't go well, can't do anything about the weather, and how we could do better next year. And if you could just send me an email to friendsofmendonelders2024@gmail.com. The Oktoberfest planning, we're waiting to find out when the Lions are doing their event and where they're doing it. And the Jingle Bell Fair, they collected lots of seasonal items that were donated for the yard sale. And there's also a lot of people doing crafts to offer for sale.
Yeah, they've already started that too. I think they met.
Oh, yes.
They met at Karen's house once.
Yes. Our next general meeting is not till September 8th, but our board meeting is Friday, June 27th at 10 a.m.
Is that at the senior center?
That's at the senior
Okay.
centre.
I want to just say, I thought you had so many clever ideas this year. I think that the bingo, I mean, I just, and Karen, your work on the page was just amazing. I mean, you were always reminding people. I just thought it was very well done.
I liked the feedback that we received by announcing who won.
Yep.
The reason I did the bingo, I want to know where people are coming from. They had to put their address on it. So I know where to advertise.
Oh, good idea. Yep.
But I also wanted people to go to the outskirts because those are the yard sales that aren't visited. So my idea is if we can get people to you, please sell them something while they're there, not just the stuff. Yeah. So those were the two ideas. I did get some very fun photographs sent in of unique items that they found.
Was it raining here on Saturday?
It didn't rain till about midday, and yard sales, truthfully, they're nearly always over by midday.
Yeah.
It's an early morning. Wow. It was very, very busy.
Nice. And I saw the picture of the Girl Scouts helping out. And
Oh.
They had what, lemonade and stuff.
Dunkin' coffee,
Oh.
Dunkin' Donuts and lemonade. And it was just for a donation. So it was they were saying there was just so much fun to have then.
Well, I think Amy's work and Cheryl Lemon's work has really brought that bridge together because they were using our facility, but we just didn't have that personal touch except Amy did.
And that was nice for many of the volunteers, of course, had their pen pal there.
Yes. Sorry, I wasn't there. See mine. Okay, excellent. Thank you very much.
Diane has something to say.
Oh, Diane, I'm sorry.
That's why we have $500 of singles to start the day.
Still, maybe put a note in there for this time. Smaller bills in, right? Because we're not gonna give out all our $20.
You're saying you wouldn't be giving it out in change. You'd need the smaller bills. I'll send that on Gmail.
We'd actually got it out on Facebook. It was out. Get to the bank and get your small bills, both for the yard sailors and for the people coming. But it's why we do start off with $500 of singles. So that we've got change.
Donna, we had talked about having a liaison with the Friends, and you had, I think you had volunteered. Are you still interested in doing that?
Yep.
Can
I
you
can't
make,
go that day. No.
I'll go that day. I can make it. No problem. No problem. It's going into the long weekend. No worries at all. Okay, excellent. That's wonderful news. Okay, food pantry updating.
Was all on the sheet. Dr. volunteers on Mondays, Tuesdays, orders, Friday, helping with distribution. It's going really well, and we do have donations to this, to report next month for community writing.
I think there has to be news of shopping.
Yes.
Whenever we have the Friday, get something as you need it.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
that's being started to the power. So,
So I was doing shopping Monday and yeah.
And how is that new bin working out? for
It's not getting that way. It's not getting that way. I wish the Tom gets a couple away.
It really is. I didn't have to rinse my car this morning.
I wish I could clean it, so I can put it on a label on it, but it's. I'm down, because I haven't been, I my tape.
Oh, it's constant. You know, God knows what we're breathing. All right.
Amy, the Lions are doing Christmas in July again for
This
this
is
pantry.
They do Christmas in July.
In July.
Did they do that before?
Yeah, last year, I think it was the first time we did it. Laundry, soap, toilet paper.
Oh, for us? Oh, wonderful. No, okay, wonderful. Make sure you put that in the notes there.
Yes.
You want to give kudos to the Lions Club.
Actually, I have a little more, even yesterday.
It's just one.
No, it's getting toilet paper. Shampoo, toiletries.
Peanut butter, jelly, things like that too,
Where did they collect it?
at the 3 banks. And then
Oh, okay.
they put up a Christmas tree, we have tags on the trees.
Oh, nice.
The tags.
That's right, because you're a lioness.
Yeah,
I did read that.
yes,
Yeah,
it's a pain collecting everything because it's hot
yeah, July, yeah.
and everything's heavy,
No perishables,
no perishables, right?
right, in July. All right, that's good to know. Wasn't aware of that.
It's great.
Okay, senior center expansion update. Phil is on vacation. He is going to try to sink in with us.
If he's the meeting, I don't see him there.
Okay. I have no information about the update, to tell you the truth. I haven't been at any meetings.
I haven't heard anything recently.
Jeremy is asking again for information, nothing's done about the original location. I went through our files, I found sketches of what's supposed to be septic related stuff going back to probably the 80s. These are hand drawn things, and then there was one in that it was a blueprint with a colored overlay, hand colored overlay of somebody had thought to something. So I pulled those out. Jeremy's leaving this week. So yes, is looking for this more information. I don't know where we find it. Building department.
Right, yeah, I don't know either. Yeah,
There's somebody that goes to-
right, yeah, I sent him,
So check the facility, because Abacus hasn't been able to address our current location and what the pros and cons based on study. So, we're kind of
I haven't had any more recent updates, so, yeah, so I know I'd sent Jeremy a link to the documents from there was that presentation that was done in maybe 2022,
right.
but I think those were just the architectural,
Conceptual.
yeah, conceptual things, so, right, they didn't include any of the engineering details.
So I know, I think what Phil said to me was architects should come down and measure things, like he and Karen and that stuff. I mean, he's got those measurements too, he can share.
Okay. We'll see what he says next, Phil says next one. Okay, building maintenance updates.
So, the cameras are supposed to be installed this week. Dr. John, Debbie was in charge of maintenance. We got 2 quotes, one was about 6,000, one was substantially more.
4 times.
Yes, and so,
And use.
Jeremy has it and plus the, emergency management has $1,000. So we spent, we're gonna be going with $6,000. John's taking care of that. So that should be, we're supposed to get that to either today, tomorrow, or Friday. I'm not sure what the accountants, the town administrator, not the same, account funded by the fire department. It was $30,000.
So we're getting more cameras.
Cameras around the whole building.
Okay.
We need that.
Has it become an issue?
Well, theft is always a possibility. You never know, you never know. It's best to have, we should have that.
So that's the worst. I think having to come in this Friday, Harrison has arranged for a donation. I'm having this, one is going to be used, in the upstairs meeting room, instead of 2 Palestinian cabinets, it's going to be 4 raw level cabinets, one that are there now. And then, hopefully 2 floors smaller one is going to be able to fit in Janet's office. Janet had a cabinet, which is we inherited, just was made with a lot of sensitive information we need to be able to walk. So hopefully one of those will be there. And then the third, I'm not really sure it's a big one, I'm not sure where we're going to put it, but desperately need a place to store next to our leasing files. We're supposed to keep up to 7 years.
Is there any room in the garage?
That's where it's going to go right now.
That's what I was thinking. Is it locking? It's a lock, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're free. Last thing, the Scout Library has been installed, near the gazebo, and I'm getting in touch with, I have heard finally from back from the Scout. He's very pleased that we're pleased. I need to find out who he intends to have, updated. Our librarian, Barbara, is very happy to do so if you're not. She's happy to kind of, keep it embellished with this, usually style things.
I put some in there too. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I thought it sounded more. So that's good. And I did put in a work order with, and John Dudley to have the railings done. I did this one. Railings on this below, just deteriorating. Have those done. The fan in that main room, there's one fan on 3 fans. It's off
Yes.
kilter.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Yeah, so I just asked, just as we used to be not using, use the other 2, that needs to be addressed. So again, I gave this to, not put the money, but I don't think he officially was started in the position.
You think it's July?
July, but he did ask for requests. And of course, that is an issue too, but, that's been like more project.
Is that going to be addressed? I don't know.
Well,
It's
it's happening.
saying that
You don't have another payout.
you don't have another egress here.
Yeah. Updated, upgraded the bathroom.
Yeah.
But that was the architect's advice to us.
Now, John Dudley, he's just like the conduit. You send him that and he
Yes.
disperses the work to someone else. It's Parks and Rec.
Yeah, Dan Bucket was somewhere in the mix, and then there's several vendors.
There's going to be some restructuring, a little bit of the of Fenway and a little bit closer towards Public Works, but not actually called Public Works. So that's why John Dudley is involved, because he will be overseeing the facilities position. So that'll be after that'll start in July, once we're in the new fiscal year.
We had some wonderful programs already, so why don't you give us an update on that? No, I think they're just happy to be recognized.
So, kudos to the committee and to volunteers for stepping up. Ice cream social, Pen Pal Ice Cream Social was also very sweet. It's just, it's wonderful to see the seniors and the students that the children need. And this is part of it. I sat down with one pair and just for a few minutes, just to see the senior by just a little bit of conversation. What a bubbly, young lady that she paired with, and everybody was leaving at the end of the day. I don't even, as they're all leaving, this little girl came up to me and gave me this huge hug, and I, oh,
Well, how sweet.
she could have been better cared for, because the scene was a little bit more my size. That was really, yeah. It's always Cheryl Levy did a fabulous job. She got flowers donated by Katie Dale, and she had everybody sign up, see sign up. There was a congregation on every table, and then it was like either a little bee or a butterfly coming out, and a ladybug, and so that was really nice. I think ice cream socials is incredible. They did some, they not really good name, but they had it. Yeah, so
Yeah,
that
they
was,
did.
that was.
Those photos.
They weren't. Their audience, so.
And everybody showed up. We weren't missing anyone, which was nice. There was no one disappointed.
So very. I know their staff this year, but it's really, it is a program that we do move on. You see it, the years that it did it, it's the new ones in the school. Let's see. Well, the things you say, I want to say, thank you to Carolyn. It's just accessible, where we've got a lot of calls, we've got a lot of questions. And when we were away, things went smoothly too. We really, appreciate your being there for us. It was good. It was really good. I don't ever remember it getting done. Usually it's at 4 o'clock. We still have the last time.
That rain could not have come at a better time.
My husband came over at like 2 o'clock.
We canceled the late. We had a lot of volunteers coming in with trucks, and we just said, don't bother, it's over.
I came to say hello, but yes,
Yes.
all the work was done.
It was like, I left at 1:30, everything was back in the garage, all the tables were folded and.
I did carry one chair. That was, that was my work.
Nice job.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we can figure like evaluation and then.
But as I said, do email me, because I don't remember. Do email it about, the calls you were getting, and we need to work out, one of the reasons, as I said before, that we did the collections on the weekend was to take the burden off the senior center. This is my 3rd year. And just the donations and the signs, my first year, I thought that was awful. It took up everybody's time. So we did try to move it to the weekend.
I will say one very benefit out of that is we did get some low loaded with stuff.
Yes.
Ever just meetings down there, and the drivers were helping to bring things over, but that didn't happen. Which was really nice.
And pricing things as they came in I thought was great, because you just didn't have a stack of stuff.
Right.
Saying, well, what do you think this should be,
And having the Girl Scouts there, you could say, this lot is $1, and they just take it. And I love, because when I brought stuff in, you just open the trunk and the Girl Scouts and the helpers just magicked it out. It's like, whoa. Yes, there were a lot of good things.
Okay, so summer programs.
So I just wanted to get a sense from you all, how you would like, the events to go. Look out, you want to stay today. I came across the seat from the past year, from one capacity. That's oftentimes really easy to pushing this, but just wanted to get your feedback. You wanted to change stuff. I assume your hot dogs, hamburgers, these new veggie burgers. I didn't have any. I think we still cooked out stuff.
I don't know. I'll say, I have no idea how to cook them, and I don't eat them. And it's like, well, what are they supposed to look
You
like?
just need to eat it too.
That might be a microwave thing then. They just fall apart because they're frozen. The others aren't, you know, the regular hamburgers and hot dogs aren't frozen. They're nice.
I did have one request. I is wonderful about making desserts. but
She does.
She asked about making the dessert for this, and I said, well, typically we go with ice cream sandwiches and, you
Yeah.
know.
They can just be handed out.
something else. She just mentioned something, which is a little bit- It's not as simple as it's not.
She showed me that. It looks like a hot dog. It does look like a hot dog. Because the Twinkie is split open and the Twix resembles the hot dog. And then you put some, looks like mustard.
Strawberry.
Yeah,
I guess strawberry.
but you're right. That's time consuming. And
But it's really.
everybody likes some of them, but the boat race, the boat race is the same night. We've got to go real simple.
Yeah, exactly. Go simple. You're tired enough without the fact that you're gonna have to row that boat. Oh, did I just volunteer you for that?
I always volunteer. Who else has ever rowed the boat? I don't know, probably. Yes, it was me. It was me who mentioned it because when Phil and Karen and I went out to see Dick Skinner, try to convince him to help us. We were looking at his boat, which we had not that boat we had used, but a similar one, and it was a four-person. So we thought it might be a good idea if we go 4 people, take 2 from the COA and 2 from the Friends. It's a joint effort. So anyway, yeah. We have people in mind.
Who are you making the boat?
I'm gonna help, Phil's gonna help, Karen's gonna help, and any other volunteers.
Andy and I are
Good.
gonna help. I mean, from our previous experience, you can have too many people.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it's like too many cooks.
Right.
So I would keep, I would keep the construction down to a few. But I also think that there's a place for a group of volunteers to be the rah-rah team.
Oh, absolutely, we did
And
that
I think
last year.
that would be really wonderful to have another group to get the volunteers there and get a costume for everybody.
Yeah, and even,
Yeah.
even like painting the boat and things like that, but yeah. He gave us some tips, gave us some material to work with, and Amy graciously has let us use the garage like we did last year, so. Okay, well, it's not going to be.
Actually, we did well. These last months, we did not get any water, infiltration in the air.
Oh, that's good.
That's our only concern. I personally like to have it up because I love it from the center. I think it's the greatest advertisement, for service. So just back to the cookout.
Yes.
With regular hot dogs, peanut butters, I think the potato salad. Some people really like it.
Is it a Greek pasta salad?
Pasta salad, I mean, I don't think we can do regular macaroni salad. Probably do potato salad. People like it.
You're gonna have a sign up for it, right?
It's already up.
Oh, it's already up, okay.
So then watermelon and.
And what time is it gonna start? Okay, 12 o'clock, and then we have entertainment. We don't know entertainment. Okay, good.
Enough going on.
All right.
Just saying, I got those. Today's last year was good. Last year, I think had no days potato chips. They weren't gonna get it until after, for whatever reason, they were.
Amazon, there's always Amazon.
Okay. So senior team, party, we'll need to talk to the friends about that, because they've really taken the lead with the sandwiches. Earl has graciously, agreed to the piano, which is always lovely. We got to spend. I mean, I've asked folks if you want us to do the pie again, and I think I got a positive response.
Yeah, I think that's easy. Karen has already volunteered too. She had told me that she was interested in volunteering for the senior team. I've said this before, it doesn't always seem to work out, but I really like it to be like 2 shifts. Because all of those dishes and cups and everything, all have to be brought up from downstairs and washed. And the table has to be set up, and that should be one group. And the second group can be the day of the event, Because now you've got to take everything apart and you've got to wash everything again and you've got to put it back in the boxes. If you're doing both of those jobs, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Words a couple. I think they'll be happy.
I would like to see 2 shifts.
It's a lot of work.
Oh, no. It's right. No, we would never do that.
Yeah.
We wouldn't do that. All right.
What's the age?
85.
85 and older.
She's very much the motivation, so.
No, I just. She's not. Yes.
But she just had a birthday. Okay, and so, I speak social again, that is one of the, it's easy peasy. I usually get all the three before going on vacation, this year my vacation earlier.
Yeah, what is your vacation?
It is because.
Yeah, I got it.
Like I said, the staff and I are trying to. So these. So, we also have the payment through the Agricultural Council that we would get to Penta of Blackstone on his magician leave. That is several years since we've had a magician, it went over really well. One of the last time we had, we invited seniors to bring their grandchildren. And we had one, and she was in the front row and he wasn't, everything that magician did, so we do that again. You're okay with that?
Maybe. Okay, program updates.
So just want to let you know, if any of you had a chance to read the newsletter, we are partnering with we do partnering with them that she discussed is behind the scenes, Carol Wall-9. She's trying. We hear this last December, but we share the same exercise instructor. We partnered on the event program over there. 4 weeks, and we did a different year for 4 weeks. So what we decided to do, because I do get a request for the Tai Chi, but every time we have 2 people show up, they have an ongoing class. And some of our many people already take advantage of that. So we are actually gone on Wednesday. We'd love to see the numbers increase for that. And so we're inviting them, so it's the same instructor, same cost, mutual aid, I guess, if you will. So doing that, let's see. Did want to talk to you about, something was brought up at the friends meeting the other day. Our exercise class has been always been $3, and I've been here mostly 2 years now. And rates go up, instructors' fees go up, and so our class rates went up to $5 class, which is the standard. That's what Hopedale has. The one thing that they have that we don't have is they have a drop-in where you don't have to sign up, you can just come and it's $5 for that. But when we have people sign up for a meeting session, we know the people, have paid, we know how much, where they're going to pay the instructor. And the friends have been very generous. I don't know if it's something we want to consider, offering a lower amount for folks or any kind of a special program. People that do regular class, for example, and maybe it might be a bigger cost to the friends. What I've done is the friends have, we pretty much asked for past $750 for exercise classes for the year. We probably get as much from our state grants combined the two. The friends have encouraging us to, use, offer more programs. You might want to consider something where if you, sign up for more than 1,000, you get half off the second one or something. But it might be a more of a, kind of financial way to it's not going to be afforded, but something just to some incentive. Staying healthy is the best thing we can do to age well. So.
It certainly fits for what the Friends was formed for.
Yeah, so, let's give it some thought, and maybe before we break for the, August, we can put an idea for the fall. Again, it could be, sign up for one, get half price off another.
Where
I
are these
won't
at
get
night?
one. five.
It's five. It's not bad. Hotels, five, overseas, five. Nice. $80 for the tourist ticket. Not $80.
Not a week, not a week.
$10, $10 a week. No, I think too, I mean, I know it's closing nowadays is $5.
What is $5?
It's $5.
It is.
You know, so you make a decision, right? So think if you want applicants to subsidize a special program if you want. Things are getting better. The evening class is actually a little bit more expensive.
So the instructor's fees are going up.
They're not, you know, they're. She's fully on. It's not just hers. So. And if that's some of our bodies, they're just there, and have a really. Evening classes are a little bit more expensive. Those are approximately $8 a class.
And how was the participation for those?
More people there, based on the space. They're on the floor, they're on the first floor, and on the floor, so we have those we can do 10 and they can.
At the most.
For pushing. Like our own.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's just give us the five, maybe come back with my meeting with an idea, we can follow through their starting in the fall. They're still in the middle of sessions. But again, I think it would be good for people that are local users. Right?
Meals?
Still low. The Thursday class, you know, I believe is going to bring in 1 or 2 more people, maybe 3 actually this class. Not the first one, 2 people. Will they continue to come to the scales? I don't know. But that's not, you know, that's a support program.
And the quality of the meals?
Say to Tuesday and Thursday for lunch.
Yeah.
See, some of the meals are okay. Wish they would stop serving broccoli or how to cook it.
Yeah, they throw, so much is thrown out.
Yeah. The vegetables are the devil.
Even for the baked potato, bars. So many people, you know, no problem. Put it on the side.
That one was just. That's how you can want that.
And this one was,
It's.
that's right, warm.
Right. But they've given us, you know, they've given us the big range of changing to the day before. It has to be within the allotted day and week. I mean, we can't just say, oh, I want chicken salad.
No, but I mean, it's a 5-day menu, you only need 2 days. So that does give you some wiggle room.
For example, they have a slice of chicken. That's my problem. The first Friday of the month, so you can't get slice of.
That's too bad.
That will be a good one. So, but you know, they're able to work with, you know, we really thank the friends, for staff for the meals that were, it's still,
Mhm.
absolutely, it's still luncheon. But we have, we have over 30 people, so we need to do more meals in conjunction. You know, we can also do one thing, because you can go to red sauce, you can go friggin' sauce, you can chicken, you can do your own pasta dish for all those things. So chickpeas, one thing is with the desserts. Don't give me much. I want some dessert. But
It's nutritional.
Yeah, they have to give so much fresh.
That probably meant it's my carbohydrate meal.
They used to have, I heard that they didn't say they didn't want to take the apple. They wouldn't take it to the breakfast tomorrow. So, new offering, that, you know, we've seen it in the other, right? It's not that for a high cooking demonstration. That's, they want some program, but it's going to be doing that. She's very proud. She's actually been telling folks about it. She's going to be doing, board
And when is that?
yeah, this is, July 14th is the Monday. So I'm trying to take advantage of the fact that, you know, we don't have additionals on Monday. So we've got that. We have 5 fishing this month. But yeah, she's been doing, when she is pork and, having spring rolls with sticky rice. With my single, and have a little real afterwards. So I asked about trying to help fund it or get a gift card for her. It's not a local restaurant, not a local grocery store. It's the district that she shops at the grocery store. So I think we got thank you for $50.
Why can't we have money in our COA gift account? Yes,
It's a matter of we'll see the seed.
would she accept it? Oh,
The date was down, again, July 14th.
Yes. I think I gave people.
and Katie,
Yes.
I mean, she might want to take her mother out to a restaurant. A grandmother.
Actually, that's a very.
And the roast house. How would be treated? How would be treated?
It's for August is really fast, so I'll do pretty lazy. And we're, group of us are all heading out as of next Wednesday, 3 days. We're coming up, and the center will be full of them. We're looking at-
Yes, June 19th, it's a holiday.
Actually, one of the,
Yeah.
I was there on the pages. So look at that, how powerful training with their.
Yes.
Underway already, it's supposed to be in all, and. Given that the instructor gets trained, it's started to be the thing right now. And everybody should advertise to the churches and obviously we will.
And we've already discussed the funding request for 2025. We had already submitted. Carolyn said it passed. And Don Son will be the COA liaison to the Friends, but I will cover the meeting of the 27th. Perfect. New business, new town website.
So Francis start.
No, we talked about that already.
That's there, and you, I said, you know, we also follow the, spirit of the.
We're gonna, yeah, Donna saw, at last month's meeting, Donna San wanted to do it. She's volunteered to do it.
Yeah,
Friday, the meetings are Fridays?
Not every Friday though,
No.
just once a month.
Fridays, isn't it?
10?
10 o'clock.
So, the new website, thank you for the started. 6 of them, and, this is for the departments visually, and, it's gonna be fashions. I haven't seen it myself, but it's gonna be fashion, similar to government hands. But I understand, in lots of last one, it's the same system, so it's just very moving with it. So it'll be user friendly, and I'm hoping to get, I don't know, but I know our old website, old one. We hardly have the ability to take, you know, a flyer, to scan it and then to upload it, you know, this last website we have today, kind of distorts English, English has to be a specific style, so I was able to take the veterans appreciation invitation and just scan it, put it on there for anything, just when it should come off, it should obviously come off the day we had the day after, things like that. I'm not sure about this website, but I'm able to do that, but I'm hoping. But we will use it. It's very, no, sorry, much better.
The old ones. I think I find it.
Okay, fiscal year 26 goals and key performance indicators.
My feedback for us this week. And so I was a little overwhelmed because key performance indicators are something that measures, success, department years. And he said he wanted us to kind of probably didn't give us a lot of it was due back the next Wednesday. And so, and we're getting basically one on Wednesday or 2 days or whatever, 2 days. It's not much time. So what I did was I asked to meet with them. And because then often people give me a chance to talk to you folks.
Right.
Or is deadline. So I wanted back our report. So what I did was I went online and used AI, tool AI, and I came up with a couple scenarios looking for, things, and I shared them with them. Some of the things that you could measure are number of individuals served, the frequency of visits, attendance at events and programs, improvements in health outcomes, which is really. You like that one, but you thought it was a lot of people.
Improvement in health. How
So
would you know that?
exactly. Maybe have people do a questionnaire, after 6 months after they've done an exercise program, matter of balance, so they've done caregiver program. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I was explaining to him, and I brought up statistical pages from my senior center to show him, but I took together a report, and all the data is in there. Now that we've got Shauna there, it's going to be even more complete. And also Carolyn has been helping put this information, all the transportation numbers. We have the data. It's just a matter of deciding what's important for us to understand. So when I met with him, a couple of things we talked about were individual served, just fairly individual served. That's a good question. That's a lot. Yeah, you can decide number of individuals over 60. Yeah, pretty easy touching the bottom. And then the frequency of visits, people that are repeat users. And so those are two that he's interested in. You get the idea of the improvement, but consider that possibly a goal. Again, that's a tough one. He did want to us to look at institution options. So we are coming into a time that we're supposed to be inheriting a truck from fire department. Chief prepared to look at a new vehicle. His vehicle will be lieutenant. His vehicle is supposed to be sidelined to us, which will offer us possibility of going into production. Also, it will offer us the possibility of anything we interested to see. Smaller vehicle that we have just 1% rather than a larger vehicle. But I'm curious if the NCAA is still in its GP and RPM, which uses more gas. Probably that. I'll share. So those are some things that people need to see that we can do that. But I told him that I don't think it's on you folks that maybe we could because some of the things that I said I'm interested in and all of them interested in is supporting areas. I would love to during my tenure come up with a day for us to be on Friday where we essentially to the follow or some right here, what would and they go with their they go okay, and so it could be deleted or we could do what they just feel and voting. Sorry, something there. Sorry, is that never happens. Every cafe. Every cafe is done once a month for engagement. But it's done once a month in other places too. So families that have local US dementia, people Alzheimer's will be able to have dementia. And they can go there, they can have people with like-minded individuals, caregivers, their, family member, their friends, and maybe have behavior, maybe have questions, they can come after you know. That's something we can do too, so that someone could go say, here, once a month on a Wednesday, maybe the senior center once a month on a Friday, something like that. That's what I'm for, but that's, could take a team to make that happen.
Yeah, also, this is just kind of careful about things like that. They're going over to Atria Place. They have trained staff there. They're dealing with people who have like memory issues or Alzheimer's or something. And the caregiver is not going to be around, but Atria has staff. Oh, I thought you said they wanted to go get their hair done.
Okay, that's a big, and then that's definitely on that where that's the understand that they've got it in partnership with the scenes, Brookgrove, Hudson, and Waldorf, where they trade off, and they what they do is they use staff. They use staff from these particular places. They switch
And
off
who pays them?
the facilities, those facilities.
So one is more like a daycare, so.
What is one of the take care just with respect to the person because one.
You guys with the caregiver.
Yes, yes, we did. I have a hundred caregivers who are on staff. So that was one thing I mean, what I was, considering. So one thing is through all this, information we look at, Janet and I talked about this. I sat down and we went over this before and Jared. And one of the aspects that they are through the state of Massachusetts Office of Reduction and Isolation and Loneliness. And so we've already started our volunteer visitors program. It's actually volunteer visitors program going on at a small level in years now. When I came from my position up to the American program for nursing home education, somebody left that community. We made sure that they had visit once a month. They had a person assigned to them. So this patient senior centers, we know that participation in the senior center can help to reduce isolation. I'd like to see more, obviously, we all like to see more of that, but it does take special invitations. We've seen at the center where we've made phone calls and invited people. They're more apt to come. Like volunteer appreciation. They might have got an invitation, but when they got personal, they got a paper invitation. This one they felt, thankful and whatnot. When we got a verbal invitation, they were more apt to say yes. So trying to reduce isolation and loneliness by getting people to the center more, friendly visitors.
It's really visitors go to their home. Do they have to be fully?
Yes.
Actually, just
And it's being as simple as just having bagels and coffee.
Absolutely. I'm a bagels coffee fan. Seriously, something like
Tea and
that.
wine.
So
You're volunteering.
That's transportation, so, he wants to know what are other options, and I have to talk to Jeremy, that is he asking what other options are out there, or what other things can we do, because we have done very creative things through grants before. We've done, take people on Friday to Savers and people socket, and then maybe out to Dunkin' Donuts, things like that. But yeah, when we use transportation options. So again, I have to clarify, is that, is that just what our options are once we have another vehicle, or is that options for what other programs we are? So these are, again, got this on a Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah, that wasn't enough time.
Right. I mean, it's something that could happen in the future. But liability, it would have to be a town vehicle to take a person out. Or would people be using their own vehicle?
Oh, I see what you're saying. That's something we have to.
That gets tricky.
Yeah.
Because we had conversations in the past years about people wanting to ride to church, a church. And the town said, no, we cannot do that. But taking them out, that's different story.
On our van or, you know, SUV.
If we have a second vehicle,
Yeah, and also like the van is easy for people to get on because there's steps and handrails. I've given some seniors rides in my car and I have an SUV and they have difficulty really getting in and out.
They have a difficulty in our van to have a wooden step, so they got a step before the steps.
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, those are things that will have to be considered, but this is something that might be nice to have a task force.
Yeah, is anyone interested in serving on that task force for transportation?
For the goals and general.
I'll think about it. We'll bring it up next month.
Yeah, so, you know, just when you, like, catch your breath. You know, nice bonding, yeah, it's, but it's good, it stretches your mind, you know?
yeah.
Stretches your mind.
I was surprised several years ago when I was doing food pantry. I went to a meeting in Milford, and in the meeting, it was from all the surrounding towns. And we all thought food insecurity is the #1 problem. And some of the people from the state said, no, it's actually transportation, because a lot of these surrounding towns does not have public transportation. So,
Right, we don't have public transportation, but you know, Blackstone, when I was talking to Dennis, Pimentel, whatever his name is, they have quite a few vans. They have a huge transportation.
Yeah.
And we don't. Is it 6? Do they have like 6?
I don't know.
They have a lot. No, I asked him that.
no,
I had him in the chair and I was asking.
I didn't realize Blackstone was that big.
It's right up over. So it's just that, so I will say that, you know, we were able to, like 17, 18 years of statistics for the VA. How many medical rides, how many, you know, how many grocery shopping, how many rides to the senior center. And it ends at 12 close, the mileage, actually, the mileage is actually back up there. The way it was, say, you know, 15 years ago. So, we're, you know, we're getting there, we're getting the numbers that good.
All right, pen pal program for the fall 2025.
Sign sheet is out, we have, I anticipate it's a wonderful program, it's one letter once a month, and, then you pick up your letter to the child, and we're gonna need more people than we've had in the past, because we're anticipating 32 students,
Partnering with the
Waynesville Christian School,
old,
4th graders. 32, that's what we're anticipating.
Okay, staff vacations, we know part of yours already.
And Wayne is out this week. Janet is out the last week of this month.
Sorry, we'll slow down, no problem. Wayne is out this week.
Yes.
Yeah, that's okay, we'll slow down. Janet's out, I think, at the 23rd.
Actually, that was some days I wasn't there. So a couple of days ago, last week. And she spent 1 day off.
And you're going to be away the week of the 28th?
July. You're just taking 1 week?
Yeah, well, I'm hoping to take, specifically up in California with her family, and I'm just staying with us, in July. We can take part of the, July, 8th, 9th, 10th. I haven't heard back from Jeremy yet, that in.
so our meeting is going to be July 2nd.
So I sent,
We probably do, I mean.
I should say I sent you all.
I haven't.
It's on the agenda, I asked the Lord, we make the second,
Neither Earl or I can do that. We both have appointments that day, but how about the 16th? And she can't, can we move it to the 16th? I mean,
should be good, because I will tell you, the second one tonight, we're not gonna have all our financials. Yeah.
and it's going into the holiday.
And I'll be out of town both the second and third, so.
Yeah, maybe we could do the 16th.
Okay, so see you later on the 16th.
For me, so that, and it does give me.
So July 16th.
Yeah, instead of the 9th.
I will, get back to the office, I'll check to make sure that it's.
Yeah, and Ann can check her schedule too.
Yeah. It's probably available.
We moved it to the 23rd. All right, open forum. Has anybody got anything, got anything open forum?
I don't, but I think you were gonna bring some ideas.
Okay,
Number of people, actually, of course, you state tax billing now, and give them the letter of the survey, right, the piece of paper.
Yeah, I saw that.
The survey, asking about senior discount.
Yeah.
And so a number of people have been approaching me and are very concerned. For a number of reasons, I guess, but I wanted to, with your blessing, I want to put something in the summer newsletters. I think the deadline is September 1st, is it, to get that in some, so some people didn't know what it was when they started it. Some people, so, other people are, bringing it to their friends and neighbors' attention. I'd like to make sure that people weigh in on it. It's important.
oh, excuse me, but Phil just popped in.
Hey, guys.
Hi, are you on a different time zone?
No. I just thought I'd come in early just in case. Good to see you all.
Good. They have 2 times on.
They did? Oh,
Executive session.
oh, well, that's okay. We're happy to have you for.
Yeah, so I just, I don't want to, ruffle any feathers, but my concern is this. Every month, I kind of go out to departments based on what we've done before, and I say, hey, do you want me to put this in the newsletter? So I had gone out to the Board of Health about a month or so ago and said, hey, do you want me to put a notice in about the senior discount? And I was told no. I was told about, not emphatically no, but I was told no. I was told, hey, you can put in about the recycling in August, and you can put in about hazardous waste in November. But so I was really surprised to see this notice, because I wasn't given any of this, that it was even being, contemplated, or that people weren't being encouraged to sign up for the senior discount.
Well, you're already signed up for the discount. Don't they look at the voting, not the voting,
No, you have to fill out a form. You actually have to do it.
not all the time though, is it just once and done?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
it isn't.
No, it's we have to fill out the form every year.
Oh,
Now, I didn't realize, I guess it's up, we're $117, is that?
I have no idea.
107. Right now, it's 107. What, we got more, annually. Okay, so that's a nice, Right, but not everybody knows what it was there for,
They said that the senior, they're looking for a survey. Their opinions.
All right, so you're gonna encourage that. You want to encourage that by putting it in the newsletter.
That it explains about the number of people that are in the program. The seniors are 700 some odd, which represents like 40%. Seniors represent like 40% of the number of people that are getting the discount. And I guess it's putting more of a burden on the other people. Covering.
But
It's the issue like the Social Security.
To explain.
Well, yeah. all right, Elena, maybe you can answer this question for me, because I'm ignorant about this. It's 40% of the people on that are seniors. is that a senior, just seniors in the house, or did you just have to have a senior in the home? For Carolyn,
Yes, yes. That's, I guess, the senior has to.
oh, but it could be, in other words, like, it could be somebody who has like another family, their family living with them, because they own the property. Got it.
I looked up, so I got that.
Yeah.
I have no idea what the parameters are, so I.
Yeah, I didn't know either. Okay.
The senior has to own it.
That's where I feel that there should be some restriction, right, though, because, you know, why should they be getting 50% discount if they've got a family?
They're using more, they're having more trash go out.
This is what I was trying to refer to. It says here, it mentioned there are 1,902 households that participate in the trash program. So there are some that don't.
They have their
Some
own.
means. Approximately 574 are senior households that meet the senior discount program eligibility requirement. This means that the remaining 1,328 households are making up the difference to support the remaining balance of the annual cost of the services.
Okay,
In dollars, this translates to the standard rate subscriber paying an additional $70 annually to support the current senior discount program.
well, maybe they should make a change to what the parameters are.
That's the.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, a single senior living on their own. That's a really, really small amount of garbage.
Right.
That's right.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
There's questions on that survey. Do you want this program to change? Should there be a percentage if there's more people that live in the residence?
And are they,
This is the first time we've got something.
well,
They're only picking up 2 barrels. If you have more people living, you have 6 barrels. If
I know,
the family
it's
living
different.
I
with
think you're entitled to one, well,
Yes.
one.
And then you start two garbage plus one refund.
But what I'm thinking of is there kind of an interface so that, you know that the person still continues to own the house and that they haven't like given it to their family or something? Because you're saying you have to own the house.
Yeah, you have to be the tax.
Oh,
Senior has
but
to
is
be-
that an interface with the Department of Health? That they know that the person who's applying actually owns that house? Is that checked?
I don't know.
Well, no, I don't know, but I would think that you want to do that.
I was hoping that they would be up to date on that. I don't know. Hope they check that. Yeah,
Yeah, because if you don't fill out the census, you can't participate in the trash thing.
What is our task right here now about this?
I did,
We
I
can-
want to be able to put it into the newsletter.
Yeah, I think
but
that's fine.
I don't know if it'll be taken
Put
negative.
one into the newsletter.
The fact that-
People to fill out their-
Yeah, and not throw it away.
Yeah, let your voice be heard,
right.
whatever it is.
And it isn't just seniors that can respond to that yellow form. Anybody in town, right? I would want to. They get these forms.
In your tax bill.
Oh, with your tax. Mine came with my trash bills.
Trash bill or tax bill?
Sorry.
I'm sorry, I missed it.
Came with the trash bill. That's.
I'm sure we could make some copies and leave them at the center.
Okay, is that okay?
Karen asked that. I think that's fine.
Oh, they just have one app for the family or one app. Different. Right. They don't want people to send those.
They ask for a name and calls, on the board of health.
I didn't look at it.
Department, what's his name?
You didn't fill it
Phone
out?
number.
Joe will fill it out.
Yeah, Board of Health, 508 634 656. You probably want to tell us, did this go up to everybody?
Do we have to sign that form?
Yeah,
That's a problem.
No.
We print more forms, but we know the forms coming in, they're all,
Oh, they don't, all right, so there's,
It says, please return back.
Surprised they don't want any information, like who you are.
No,
I think it is.
You're absolutely right. You're
it's just
absolutely right.
name.
Well, maybe if somebody threw it away, maybe they could go to the Board of Health and ask for a copy. And then that gets us out of the loop.
Yeah, I could say that too. Could say in our notice,
Yeah,
you know. if you-
contact them.
Yes, please contact. If you did not receive this or whatever.
Did everyone?
Yeah, it's bright yellow. That's what's good about it.
Yes.
I think
I
everybody.
think everyone got it.
Yeah, trash.
Yeah, people who pay privately. All right, I'll go back to open forum then. Earl, you said you had nothing. Carol, anything in open forum? Diane? And Amy? And I don't have anything either, so we will excuse our guests and thank you for coming. And if you could make the meeting on July 16th, that would be great. Oh,
I told you.
so Phil, do you have anything for open forum?
Oh, thanks.
I'm good.
Your updates on the building?
Do you have anything to update us on the senior center expansion?
Unfortunately, no, I think it just waiting for Jeremy to, and the abacus.
All right,
I would think, though, I'd like to have maybe a request from the COA or myself to go to the board, select board, to say, to add it as agenda item on their future meetings.
when's your next meeting?
If that, Elaine, if that makes any sense.
Phil, do you have anything for open forum besides that?
No, no, other than hey, let's get ready for the boat race.
Yes, yes, we'll talk about that. We'll get a committee going
So we're
between us and the friends.
closing this meeting and then going into executive session. And did you see my email about calling?
You can call me. Or whatever. Does that work well with you? Just call me on my cell phone.
Here. Okay, all right. Here we
Okay, meeting is adjourned at 11:22. Thank you for coming. Thank you, ladies, for coming.